Okay. Good times, everyone. We just came on and said good morning, and Mary reminded us that it is actually evening where she is because there is no time or space. And so that's why I love that Mary is having dinner in the future. We are drinking coffee in the past. And those of you who are joining us for the replay, who knows what you're eating or what you're drinking or what time it is, because it doesn't matter, right? Okay, so today is our last class. Despite all the confusion, I had originally skipped this day and had July 11th, 10th, 11th?
Well,
10th
11th.
is the last class, the 10th. It does see again, time, space, whatever. And I think the reason I skipped this week is because Trin's 17th birthday is tomorrow, and I thought I would have to prepare for that. So I'm here, and so we do not have class on the 11th. We have class today, which is the last class. So sad face. We've been together for 13 weeks, and that's amazing. Go take it to Trin. I will be getting interrupted today. I apologize. And what else was I going to say to you? Oh, Brandy and I have an important announcement at the end of this class, so that's really exciting. So you'll be in a meditative, receptive state for the mic drop, okay?
Won't be able to say no.
Yeah, you won't. We're subliminal. This whole webcast thing, webinar, whatever you want to call it, is going to be subliminal. Just kidding. Anyway, White Buffalo Calf Woman is who we have on the docket. I think she is absolutely what we need right now. I think we need, especially in this sort of season, again, it doesn't matter when you're watching this, but when we're telling it to you, we're in the season of Independence Day, we're in the season of Canada Day, and we need to remember, especially on, well, any continent that you're on, that we weren't here first, everyone. We were not here first, but White Buffalo Calf Woman may very well have been here first. So that's why we're going to call on her today. She has many gifts and offerings, and I find whenever I've worked with her in the past, it has been profound, and she just brings this instant sacred to anything just by thinking of her. So here's how the story goes. So the story goes that two Lakota, so she's celebrated in more than one nation, but this particular myth is the Lakota, and she's often associated with the Lakota nation. So two hunters, so I listened, before I start, I listened to this myth for 80 minutes, okay? I'm gonna condense it into like 5. I was astounded at how they could draw it out for 80 minutes. It was amazing. I was like, wow, this is really cool. I can tell this in 5. Okay, so we have our two hunters. I forget their names and forgot to write them down, but one of them is married and has a baby on the way. One of them doesn't and is single. Ladies, anyone? You're gonna lose your chance in a second. So they're going hunting, and what's happening is they've gone hunting and they've gone hunting and they've gone hunting, and no buffalo can be found. And buffalo for these people could feed you for months, like months and months and months, and clothe you, and you can make shoes, you know, like every part of that buffalo is used, of course. And the fact that it could feed you for like 4 months, also very helpful, right? So I often feel like the buffalo is a symbol of abundance, of course. And these hunters were in serious scarcity. So the chief is getting a little upset because there's elderly who are getting sick and they need food to survive, and they're running out of rations, and it's getting really dicey. Okay, anyone felt like that? Anyone felt like, okay, I've been working and working and working, and I'm trying and trying and trying, and like nothing, there's nothing. Anyone? Yeah,
Oh,
I
yes.
can relate to these. Okay, I can totally relate to these hunters. So the one hunter that's single, ladies, is not as skilled, or he hasn't hunted for as long as the other married hunter. But the married hunter has faith in him and tells the chief, like, they think they can do this. They think they can find a buffalo, even with this guy who's not as skilled. So that's fine. So they're hunting and they're hunting, and it's like going on days and days, and they're getting more and more panicked. And finally, they come upon a woman who's wearing white buckskin. You'll find that in Brandy's meditation. And she's beautiful, of course, as they are. Absolutely stunning. She basically knocks the single hunter off his feet. And the married hunter notices that her feet are not on the ground. So he's saying he can see that his friend is filled with lust, and he's going, no, 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 no. Like, her feet aren't even touching the ground. Like, that is not a woman. Like, that is, they have a word for it that I didn't write down either, and I would butcher it, but it basically means a holy woman. Like, this is a holy woman. This is not a woman that you should be messing with. Like, and he says it to him. He's like, her feet aren't even touching the ground. Like, don't fall in love with her. Don't be in lust, right? And he turns around and he says, but you're married and have a kid on the way. Like, you don't even know. Like, you don't even know single life, you know? He's like, don't do it. So he goes, and he can't stop himself, and he goes to touch her. Well, this doesn't fare well when you try to touch a holy woman without permission. That's the key. There's no consent there. And all these clouds come in, and this wind picks up, and Buddy is struck by lightning, and reduced to, so when the smoke clears, he's nothing but bones. Charred bones. That's it. You know, you don't mess with white buffalo calf woman, period. Okay. So then the other hunter, she sees the faith in him. She sees the respect. She sees all these things. And so he says, like, we're really struggling. I'm just out here trying to find a buffalo, and you just like charred my friend to a crisp. So like, I'm really hooped right now. I don't want to show up empty-handed and without my hunting partner, right? So she says, well, I can see the faith in your eyes. I can see the goodness in you. And so she said, here's what you got to do for me. I will appear to your people at sunrise. So they have one night to do this. But you need to build me a medicine lodge with 24 poles. The floor has to be laid with sage, and there has to be a buffalo skull in the middle of it. Now, what ends up happening is this is not easy. So the whole, they had to, here's, you know, just listen for the metaphor. The whole tribe had to come together to build this thing. Every single person, otherwise it wouldn't get done. They had to do it together in unity, okay? So they do it. They build this medicine lodge in one night. Unbelievable, okay? And again, this hunter, not only did they build it, but the hunter had to convince them that he saw a holy woman, that he wasn't, you know, hallucinating from being out there for 4 days without food and being in the sun and stuff. And so it took like convincing before they could actually start building it. So, you know, he had to work really hard. So anyway, sunrise comes, and what his wife hadn't told him is that she hadn't felt the baby move in like 3 or 4 days. So that can mean stillbirth. But she was afraid because he was so stressed out about trying to find this buffalo, and he just lost his buddy, that she didn't really want to bother him with like, our baby might not be alive anymore. And so anyway, white buffalo calf woman doesn't disappoint. She shows up at sunrise, And she says to them that she only wants to speak to the elders and the women of the tribe in the medicine lodge. Well, this makes the hunters and warriors very nervous, upset, whatever. So they're like biting their nails and like looking at the lodge and all this kind of stuff, right? And his wife was actually very mouthy. And so he was afraid, since he'd seen his friend get charred to a crisp, he was afraid she would do the same to his wife because she'll tell her what she thinks. And she didn't trust her to begin with. So that's a problem, right? So he's thinking, oh gosh, like I'm leaving my pregnant wife to this woman and she's going to lip her off and she's going to be burnt to a crisp, right? So anyway, she basically gives them this gift. And I think they were thinking like buffalo, AKA for us, like millions of dollars, right? And food for life, you know. And what she gave them was a pipe, and the wife was actually disappointed. Like she was like, a pipe? Like, why are you really a pipe? And the pipe symbolized unity and that we can accomplish things when we all work together. So that pipe is really, really important. And she gave them tobacco, like she gave them things. I'm not really sure all the meaning of all of that. But needless to say, the pregnant woman was disappointed. And so she kind of says so. She kind of goes up to White Buffalo Calf women and she says, like, what is with these gifts? Like, we're starving. And she goes, you need to realize, and she goes, and why weren't the warriors welcome here? Like, they're the ones that are going to get this buffalo for us. They're the strongest of the tribe. And White Buffalo Calf woman says, it's because you need to learn your own value in your own gifts. And she said, you are the bringers of life, and you are so important to the foundation of this tribe. And she basically taught this wife her own value and everyone else, and that they were putting too much faith in the one part of the tribe, which was the warriors and the hunters. And so with that, she put her hand on her stomach and she all of a sudden felt this intense kick from the baby. And the baby started moving again. And she said, you're going to have this baby really soon. And so she ended up having her baby that night. And when they saw her leave, she turned into, the myth I heard, the colors may vary, but the myth I heard, she turned into I think it was a brown buffalo first, and then it was red, and then it was, I forget the other color. Was it
Black?
Black. Yes, it was black. And then it was white calf, right?
Red, and then
pranced away as this white calf. They did end up coming upon, after she left, an entire buffalo herd. Not just one, which would feed you for 4 months, but an entire herd. And all the warriors raised their arrows and shot. And so that means they would have been fed for years. Hopefully they had some form of freezing mechanism. Anyway, so really she teaches us about our value. She was really like a pro-womb goddess. Like, you are the bringer of life. Don't forget your worth. You're responsible for future generations. And I really love this idea that we can't do it alone. None of us can do it alone. And it had to do with unity and that we're all in this together. And yeah, I really thought that that's what we needed to hear right now, is the necessity of gathering and being on the same page and doing what we need to do to accomplish a goal. You know, right now it may be health, I don't know, but there you go. That's the myth of white buffalo.
I thought it was interesting because I was doing the one call from Mary, because I'm behind on that.
Me too.
And it's just been crazy. So I'm like, okay, I'm going in and I'm going to do this. So I had just finished, and I had messaged Sam earlier saying, okay, well, who are we going to do? And she came back and had said that, and I was like, okay. So while I was sitting in my room here, I pulled out my cards and stuff and started reading it, and I was like, wow, because you were talking about like your self-worth, right? Like bringing your higher self into your root chakra and that claiming your space, right? And then it was like, um I've uh I've sent a letter to Riley's dad, because Riley, he has still hasn't responded to Riley at all. And so I really been I myself have been struggling with that, because I'm like, how can you just not, right? And so in the book it says it's time to leave the right slash wrong, the good slash bad, zero sum game world behind, and enter the space where you can find the sacred ground of sharing without guilt and negotiating from a desire that benefits everyone. And it was interesting too, because he hadn't sent the child support on the first like he's supposed to, and I had sent a message and said, you know, just a reminder, and then that it's also the shift in the amount, and didn't hear anything, didn't have anything. And he literally texted while I was in here, and he's like, okay, it's sent, and the rate is adjusted. I made less last year, but I don't have my notice of assessment. And I'm like, oh God, how much less? Like, that's literally where I went. And it was only just over $100. So not like huge, right? But I sat there in it because it wasn't in yet, and it wasn't in yet, and it wasn't in yet. And I had screenshot it and I had sent it to Paul, and he's like, so Paul has his opinion too. He's like, well, you should say something and blah, blah. I said, nope, actually, I'm not. I'm just not. I'm going to just let that go, because I don't, it stresses me out, right? And it's stressing Riley out. So I just thought it was such divine timing that, you know, here we are doing this, and then, you know, bringing her, the white buffalo calf woman in. I was like, yep. I started laughing actually while I was reading it, and I was like, that's so who I need right now. Yeah. So, did you have anything else to add before we go into the ritual? You're muted. You're good? Okay. All right. So we are going to start with, did you bring any tangerine or lemongrass oil? So awesome. Perfect. Haven't even used this tangerine one yet. So we're just gonna put some on, breathe it in. I love the smell of it. I don't know why I don't use it more often. I put the lemongrass on my rash that I had on my arm, and holy crap, did that burn. Burnt. So I learned a lesson there. All right. So we're going to start with lighting our candles. Oh, and the other name for white buffalo calf woman is wope. I think that's how you say it. Oh, Sam's dog just barfed. Oops. Hey Sam, did you have the YouTube music on? Yeah, I think that it would just give it that much more feeling.
I'm just gonna see if I can find it on Spotify so it's easier. What was it called again? It was Native.
It says Native American flute music.
Here we go.
Just as long as it doesn't have the talking.
Let me see if I can find that exact title, because yeah. Oh, there's a Lakota flute song, actually.
I know that,
That has
but a
the.
lot of them have they are singing in it. So.
Oh, dang. Okay. Let's go back to YouTube then. Sorry, guys. Hold tight. Actually, I'll just go to Facebook. What am I doing? And then I'll just take it off there, Brandy. Searching for it. Brandy, where are you? Messenger. Yeah, of course you refused to connect. Because I need you now. That's why.
That Mercury retrograde, I tell you.
Oh, I'm here. Yeah. It's been one thing after another for sure. Brandy, there you are. Okay, so let me just pause this and share my screen with all of you. Oopsie.
So get this, every 1.07 seconds, a new user goes to Wix.com.
But you probably can't hear it, which is good. You can't hear
website. That's 80,000
You hear it? Okay.
They're already growing their businesses online. So what about you?
A lovely
First,
ad.
go to Wix.com.
Let's skip that. All right, I think we're ready now.
All right. So we're just gonna.
Okay, Brandy?
Hmm?
Volume's okay?
Yeah, I think so.
So you guys can hear Brandy and the music? Okay.
Okay. So we're gonna settle into our seats and close our eyes. Taking a few deep cleansing breaths. Settling into ourselves. Softening and surrendering. Letting go of any tension or thoughts or heaviness from the day. Now imagine that you're walking in a dark garden under a starry sky. The ground is soft with moss. Walking barefoot. And the magic of the night becomes apparent and anything seems possible. You hear the breeze through the trees. And you hear mice scurrying through the bushes. And you see the fairies have a ball. Everything seems magical, enchanted. It is an act of balance between the real world, where physical laws apply, and the realm of fantasy and nature spirits. Each time it seems you'll lose your footing and fall over to one side or another, but you catch yourself and accept in that moment that you don't know it all, but that doesn't take away anything from the magic of the moment, the beauty of the night, or the enchantment of the other realm. And it is in this surrender that all things become possible. For you are the universe. You are the stars in the sky and the small creature on earth all at once. In Lakota mythology, this means that Wupe is there, taking up your wishes and bringing them to heaven to be granted by the gods, the personifications of the archetypes at play within you, your own innate divine powers. Soon you see a light just ahead of you, and you recognize her as a beautiful woman in shining white buckskin. You notice her buckskin wonderfully decorated with sacred designs and rainbow-colored porcupine quills. She carries a bundle on her back and a fan of fragrant sage leaves in her hand. Her jet black hair is loose, except for a single strand tied with buffalo fur. And she beckons you to come forward. She sees your pure heart. And as you come towards her, she envelops you in her embrace. She is here to help you to let go of any trauma, anger, or guilt and shame that may still be attached to a relationship with a person or group of people. You sit down together and she offers the chananpa, the sacred pipe, to you. And you take it into your hands and you both smoke it together. Your intention today is to create harmony between yourself and other people. Now I want you to open your eyes and light your sweetgrass, sage, or lemongrass. And as you burn it, visualize the people or person involved and blow the smoke into the direction of where this person or persons are living. And then when you're done, I'll have you close your eyes again.
What is this?
Now close your eyes and speak empowered words that create harmony between all. Hold this intention fast in your mind and heart. And remember, no one can hear you but yourself because you're muted. So continue this for a few minutes.
Look and see how far.
When you're done, you bow deeply to Wulpe and thank her for her wisdom and guidance and her help in this healing. As she walks away, she looks back and then sits down. When she stands again, she had become a black buffalo, signifying the direction west and the element earth. After walking a little further, she lies down again, and this time rising as a yellow buffalo, signifying east and the sun. A third time, she walks, lays down, and arises as a red buffalo, signifying south and water. And finally, she rises as a white buffalo, signifying north and air. With one last look at you, she gallops off and disappears. Remembering Wulpe's energy will always support you in creating beauty, harmony, love, and peace, and will assist you to be able to go more deeply into meditation as well. Follow your intuition on this when you are connected to your own inner wisdom, and allow the goddess to guide you to take the next steps that are for your highest good. And if possible, and you feel called to do so, get in touch with the person or people afterwards to see whether harmony in your relationship can be restored. However, you can also use this ritual when you wish to make peace with a deceased person and let go of any trauma, anger, or guilt and shame that may be still attached there as well. Now take a few deep breaths. Rub your hands together, warming them up, cupping them over your face, bringing you back into the now and your body. And then when you're ready, open your eyes. Welcome back, ladies.
Thanks, Brandy.
Does anyone feel like sharing their experience?
Yeah, I'll share. So for me, it actually wasn't mossy. I was like very much walking across the dry prairies. So I was like a little bit of trouble surrendering to that, being barefoot. So I decided to put sandals on because I was like, oh my God, I'm gonna step on something pokey. And but it was really beautiful. And I think it was last month. It was last full moon that I cut my relationships with both my siblings and their wives. So I felt it was very beautiful that, like, to me, White Buffalo Woman is very prairie-esque, right? The indigenous people, that she came in to heal that, kind of like breathe some peace into letting those relationships go, as I'm very much a prairie person. So it was, yeah, she was the right person for that, or right goddess for that. So thank you.
Beautiful, beautiful. Marsha?
Yes. She's one of the goddesses that's very easy to bring to me. And what I felt was a lot of love from her, and compassion, and just a nice calmness. I'm close to the First Nations people, so she's a really easy one to invoke. And so I just felt really good sitting with her and clearing some stuff that I didn't know I had to clear. And so yeah, so I just felt really calm and totally enjoyed. I didn't want to come back.
Well, now you can listen to the replay and just pause it and just stay for a while.
You always do this to me, Brandy. Interesting that when we did Red Tent, one of my Reiki students sat inside the red tent while the Reiki masters were doing the Reiki. And in the tent was White Buffalo Calf Woman with her. And
Cool.
just blew her mind. And I thought that was so cool that she was there with her. Anyway,
Mm-hmm.
that's it.
I find that White Buffalo Calf Woman she's like earthy. She's, you know, when we're talking about like needing to ground, I think that she's awesome for that because she's kind of part of this. I mean, she's, you know, holy and not touching the ground, but I still feel like she's just part of the earth and everything that is in it, and just, yeah. Sam, your thoughts?
My kids are kind of being loud right now, which is super annoying. Just saying, children, go be quiet somewhere else. Take the dog with you. She's noisy too.
Come outside.
Get your shoes.
Another spider.
Ollie, that's an ant. Oh my word. Okay.
I'm Sam.
Did I blow harmony on you? Yeah, and you? Okay. Yeah, from what I got without being interrupted was it was nice to like send the person harmony that I was sending. And I just kept hearing the word like co-creation, and that there's like enough for everyone, and we're co-creators, not competitors. And so it was funny because like my throat chakra went like huh, when Brandy's like, no, you can talk to the person and like see if harmony, and I was like, no, not gonna go that far, Brandy, but I can like you know, let it ride on White Buffalo Calf Woman. Maybe she'll deliver the message. I don't think I ever need to find out, but yeah, who knows what'll come from it. So anyway, that was that, and I probably will go back and listen to our own replay because I want to enjoy it without children interrupting me every 5 seconds.
True. The other thing too, with our conversation before about just sending love, right? Because we can't control what we can't control what they're doing or what they're thinking or anything like that. But if we can, it's so easy to get tied up in those emotions. And so sometimes just shifting that, even just a little bit, can make a big difference. Maybe not for them, but it does for us, right? Because we're not being trapped into that old pattern of like, you know, they kind of do this and they reel us in. So the next time you do the meditation or listen to the replay, that might be something that you can think of in terms of that way as well, right? Where if White Buffalo Calf Woman can help deliver that message for your highest good.
Well, and I thought too, sometimes we're also out of harmony with ourselves. So like sometimes we're going to do that meditation and need to bring the smoke back on ourselves just to be in harmony with your own self, right?
Yep.
What actually came through was not just one person that was because they're all on their own paths, so they'll do what they do, and it doesn't bother me anymore. But I thought when I was in that meditation, the whole thing that came through was global love, you know, for the whole
Mhm.
world, and which is what we need to be meditating on all the time, is global unity and global peace and all of that. That's basically what I saw then in that meditation.
Yeah, I
Mhm.
agree.
Yeah. Ooh, what time?
Yes,
Right? Speaking of time,
Sunday.
Yeah, I thought I
Right?
saw something about that too. I just don't know who
I'm
it was.
assuming it's on Trin's birthday tomorrow.
I think it's Sunday. Yeah.
Sunday for Mary too.
So it'd be Saturday night for us, but yeah.
Oh, Saturday. So Trin's
Oh, it's
birthday.
Saturday night. Okay.
Is there like a thing for it, you guys? Like a guided meditation? Or you just sit?
I think you probably could find one. I just get kind of weirded out about some of the guided meditations that go out through these global mass ones, because some
I
of them
know.
are hijacked.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I mean, it's just about like bringing in the light and then just seeing like the light coming down into the grid and seeing the whole grid around planet Earth activating, lighting up, and just anchoring light, and seeing everybody like just bathed in love and light. And
Cool.
yeah,
So maybe we can do that, and then also invite White Buffalo Calf Woman
Mm.
into that, right? And her healing energy.
Oh, thank you for reminding me. She governs the four worlds, which are also known as the four eras to us. So they say that buffaloes have four legs, and every time an era passes, the buffalo loses a leg. Until the golden age, he'll have no legs. So we're heading into, he's standing on one leg right now. Like we're heading into the golden age, and then it says that she will appear, or she'll appear actually at the end of every age. So a cool time to bring her in now, because we're shifting, right? So,
Mm-hmm.
so great idea for Saturday night is that, yeah, she's gonna see us through this transition, right?
Yep.
So are you guys ready for our big announcement? Drum roll. Okay. So we are going to be, yeah, thank you, Brandy. We are going to be doing the 5 goddesses of Avalon. It's going to be a Welshy good time. It's 6 weeks, so there will be a mystery on the 6 weeks, but here is the really exciting part. For those of you watching this, those of you who signed up for Goddess Mythology before, not only will you get the 6 weeks of the Goddesses of Avalon with us, which by the way are incredibly powerful, and you had a taste of it with Rhiannon. You will feel like a full priestess by the end. But Brandy and I are going to be offering you, if you've taken this course with the 13 goddesses, you will be given, if you sign up with this new one, a private, oh my gosh, tattling.
I was not with
So take some of this smoke and put harmony on her. Take some of the smoke and go put it on your sister. Okay. So
Love that.
you gotta go get more then, and run real fast. Okay, hold it in your hands like this, cup it, yeah, and then run quick, and then go put it on her. Sorry. Brandy and I will be offering you private distance Reiki sessions around the goddess that you book us on. So say like Rhiannon really spoke to you and you're like, or like Mary, you're like, I couldn't do a Hecate until now because I was deep in the underworld. That's when you call us and say, I need a Reiki session to do with this goddess, whatever she's bringing up. Just for you guys. We're not doing that for the public. So that is included if you're part of the 13 goddesses, which you are. That is included in the new one, which is September 5th. It starts that first Friday in September. I think it's the 5th.
I don't know.
I believe it's the 5th. but it's that first Friday in September. It's on the website, www.goddessreikiyyc.net. I will type
September 4th.
The 4th?
Yeah.
Then it's on the 4th. Okay. Under classes, it's up there now for your pleasure to enroll. So yes, again, you get a free private Reiki, Goddess Reiki session with either Brandy or myself whenever your stuff comes up, which is pretty awesome. Like, people shift. Hey, Brandy, people shift when they get Reiki in a private meeting, like big time. So there you go. The mic has dropped. I know. You guys can't contain yourselves. I can feel
Well, I'm pretty excited. Have you chosen a price yet? What's the price point?
Oh yeah, the price point is $111 Canadian.
That's much better.
Isn't it?
That's much fairer of an exchange, Sam and Brandy.
Well, the 13 Goddesses were quarantine specials, so at least you got to get through those months in gathering, in humanity. And now, you know, we invoked White Buffalo Calf Woman, and she's saying you are worth way more than that. So, which we knew before. We were just sort of gifting it. But
yeah.
Well, I'm so excited. I'm in.
You can play in a
Shut up and take my money.
What was that, Mary?
So excited. I'm in. Shut up and take my money.
That's okay. I just signed up for yours too.
I know. I will gladly take your money too, Brandy.
See how it's all going around, you guys.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I love you all. These 13 weeks have been such a gift.
Amazing.
If you feel compelled and want to give back in any way, since our price point was ridiculously low, please give us good reviews. Give us a good testimonial or something on Instagram. Tag Goddess Reiki YYC on Instagram. Tag Goddess Reiki in Facebook, or Brandy and Sam specifically on a personal level. All of your words are so powerful, and the getting the word out is so powerful. So even if that's how you want to give back, like, please, we would love that. And I want to know,
Absolutely.
I want the world to know how this has affected you in these last 13 weeks. That's hot. You be careful. You know?
Yeah.
So I really appreciate that.
It's been a super powerful container to be part of. Like, it's been really, really wild. Really wild. It's been amazing.
Oh, I'm so happy to hear that, Mary.
Are you going to be offering, like, you guys can offer this as a course to sell just the recordings, right? Are you guys going to be offering it as like a already done course that people can just buy? And yeah, good.
Probably not this time, but yes, that's on the future list. I'm tempted to also do a tarot course in that way.
Yeah, please. I'll sign up for that one too.
Yeah, because, and more like focused upon the journey of the tarot and the archetypes, rather than like basic, like, here's how you do a 3-card spread. Like, more like deep diving into the archetypes of the tarot and how you can use them with your intuition. Yeah.
That sounds pretty.
Yeah, so that one I want to do recorded. But Mary, I may need to hit you up on some like actual technical tips for that.
Yes, I can offer that.
I saw how you did it with one of the ones, but like, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, we can have a Zoom call just on that.
Okay, let's do it.
Yeah.
Okay, sounds good. Okay, everyone, like, that's a wrap for the 13 Goddesses. Thank you for journeying through that deep, dark, and amazing mythology, and I hope you felt more connected to yourself and the divine and your wombs and each other and all of the sisterhood goodness that comes with them, with the goddess.
And just remember that you can always reach out in the goddess page on Facebook, like for, you know, the positive stuff or the times that you're struggling or whatever, we're there.
Mm-hmm. It's true. It's true. We're connected now, you guys. You can't escape us.
Why does it always feel every week I have to sort of shake my head and say, no, Mary's not here. She's in Austria. It always feels like she's right here.
Because there's no time.
She is, but like she's actually living here.
Well, she's an Alberta girl, so
Right.
Yeah.
that's why.
Pretty deeply rooted there. I got my energy scattered all across Alberta.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
My soul actually almost left my body in Johnson's Canyon. So, I mean, there's probably a lot of my energy there.
Whoa.
So beautiful
That
there.
sounds like a story you'll have to tell one day.
Mhm.
It was a crazy story. I had a reaction to typhoid fever medication to prepare me to go to Dominican.
Right.
Oh no.
Yeah. Yeah. When I was out in the middle of the forest.
Oh no. Well, perhaps we shall go there one day together, Mary, and you can retrieve that part of your soul.
Yeah.
Okay, loves. I adore all of you.
Lots of love.
Enjoy the replay if that's what you're watching, and so much love and harmony and unity.
Thank you. Much love.
And I'll see you in
Love.
September. Right, Brandy? We'll see you in September.
Absolutely.
Woo! And have a wonderful goddessy summer. Do lots of forest bathing and nature walks and river bathing and whatever you can get your hands on.
Mountains.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm. Okay, everyone. See you on
Bye.
the astral plane. Have a good weekend.
You too. Bye.